uploaded this book of game theory in the Google Classroom, and I am going to teach game theory as many topics as there are in the syllabus from this particular book. And I also hope that, or I also know that later in your later years, if you go for some other type of academics like higher academics or other professional courses you opt for, or if you do kind of research or on something like that, or suppose you want to apply your mathematical knowledge to practical fields of when your the two uh, parties are competing with each other, then I think this particular book will be very helpful, because it is very productive book, and it has a good number of problems in it. If you can solve, no person can solve all the problems um, instantly or by one go, with one go, because you have to try keep on trying in solving problems at different points of time. If you are stuck with a problem, leave it, then you can move on to the next problem. Then after some time, maybe something may click in your mind, and then you have to again come back to your original problem which was stuck, and then you can solve it. So this is, I think, will be a good approach, and this book will be very helpful. So that therefore I have decided uh, to teach you game theory from this book. And I have the hard copy of this book, Game Theory by Emmanuel Veron. I have the hard copy of this book. So if you are stuck with a problem, or if do not understand a particular page, then you can anytime you can ask me, or and for guidance, etc., etc. Okay. Hamdi Taha's hard copy is not available with me. Okay, so therefore it would any if you ask me any problem from Hamdi Taha, then I have to open my desktop, and then I have to see its soft copy, etc. But the hard copy of this book with me, and therefore that is also a reason for which I have selected this book. I personally have learned game theory from this book, so I'm comfortable with this book. Third important point is that in today's class, I may ask questions by referring to a particular. I can ask questions to any student chosen arbitrarily. Okay, from the participants list. The person who will be asked question, I I'm not actually going to judge him or her. I'm not going to test his or her knowledge on the subject, because since the topic is actually it's actually new topic. So I shall be asking questions only to just so that you can we can work together, not to test your mathematical knowledge or like that. So you don't have to worry much about that. But it is not like if I ask you for a solution, then you are actually searching in Google and giving me answer within fraction of seconds, that I'll definitely understand that what you are going, whether you are doing it by yourself or not. Every question nowadays is available, every solution nowadays is available in the internet, in Stack Exchange. Okay, we know that very well. But the solutions, if you go through, uh, these solutions are not appropriate, that not perfect solutions, and you cannot reproduce the solution by yourself if you are asked not to check it or not to see it. Okay, so you have to try it by yourself, otherwise there is no point in learning things. Okay, if you are afraid of mathematics, game theory is a kind of thing where this particular, as if I since I'm going to teach you this topic today, it is not a kind of topic where which requires initially it doesn't require any prerequisite. Okay, you will be liking it very much. And if you think constantly you think that no, I'm not comfortable with maths, so then this fear will never leave you. So you have to get rid of this fear, because I'm there to help you anytime, but if you give an honest effort. Okay, you can ask me any doubt, but if you are not studying at home, then by listening to your question, I will definitely understand that whether you are studying at home or not. Because when a student studies, the level of his question, and when doesn't a student doesn't study, the level of his question, they are totally different, and we teachers can understand it very well. So with this brief introduction, I'm going to start this particular uh, topic of game theory, and this is the last of our 4 sections, that is unit 4. But that after completing this unit 4, the syllabus will not be completed, because many things are still remain to be touched in unit 1, because I left unit 1 as it is. For that unit 1 will be our last unit 1's discussion will be our last discussion from syllabus point of view. But for the according to the syllabus, the contents of the syllabus, this is the last section, unit 4. Okay, I ask you to go to this page number 14, and I shall go very slowly because I am not in a hurry. So you don't have to worry much. I'm coming to this particular page number 14, that is the exercise 1, and I shall try to do, I don't know whether I shall be able to solve all the problems or not, but I shall try to do a few problems with your help. Okay, and if you ask me that, sir, we have not studied anything about game theory, we do not know anything, we have not read the chapter, and you are taking us directly to the exercise, why is it so? So that is the role of the teacher, that is the role of the guide or supervisor, that I'm actually supervising, I'm actually guiding you, because I know what is there in the chapter. I'm going to guide you through the examples, because if I ask you to read all the lines of the exercise of the chapter, then it will kill the time, and the class will be a theoretical class, and everybody will lose his or her enjoyment. Enjoyment only comes when we do things by ourselves. So since I already know the subject, I know what to do with it, so therefore I am going to start with an exercise, and after that, if you are comfortable with the exercise, then you can anytime go back to and then I'm not saying that you don't have to study the chapter 1, you don't have to read the chapter 1. No, this is not true, this is not I'm telling. You have to read the chapter 1, but it would be a nice approach if I start with a problem and then I go to the theoretical sections. But if I start with the theoretical section, then it will just kill the time, and until before I reach to the exercise, you will you will be I mean extremely tired. Okay, so because the approach is a purely mathematical approach, so I have taken the reverse approach. And after solving the problems, once the class is I'm done with the class, then you can take this book and you can read from the fresh, starting from the first page. Okay, so this is the approach. Now I'm asking all the students to quickly copy problem number 1.1 and 1.2. You just quickly copy. If you are using your mobile phone, then you just quickly copy these 2 problems. And say, for example, you first copy problem number 1.1. We are going to discuss it first of all. And then I shall again show you this page, and then you can copy problem number 1.2. Because if I dictate question, that is actually very ridiculous, because you have the book, you have the question with you already. And those who are using their laptops and laptops or desktops, then you can keep this window open along with my whiteboard, which I'll be sharing with you right now. And then uh, you can fluctuate between the 2 windows. Okay, so once you are done with copying of these two problems, 1.1 and 1.2, then you can write in the chat box, and then I'm going to stop the share and I'm moving to the whiteboard. And if I think that I can ask any student to help me out for solving this problem, to solve this problem. So if I ask you something, just don't, just I want you to respond. Just, sir, okay, I am unable to do it, or I cannot, or sir, I have this, I'm not understood. At least you say something. Or you can write in the, don't write in the chat box, unmute yourself and you say, sir, I cannot solve it. But if you can solve it, you can, if you can help me at any stage, then you have to unmute yourself, and then you have to tell me that this is the thing. But if just don't sit quietly, okay, so just don't sit quietly, you cooperate with me, and the person who will be asked, only he or she is going to answer. If I think that I should ask, I will ask. I may not ask you at all. So you don't have to worry. So can I stop the share? And can I go to the, can I share the white screen?
Yes,
So
sir.
please wait. So please wait for a second, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one question has been copied.
Then you have that. You have time. Then you copy the second question also, 1.2.
Okay, sir.
And then if you are fast enough, then you can copy 1.3 also.
Oh no.
No.
Okay,
I'm going to do all these problems. 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. This particular problem is a little bit difficult for the first class, because it talks about Russian roulette, and you know what Russian roulette is. So this is a bit difficult, but I'm not going to touch that problem in today's class. My basic objective is to let you know what is game theory. So that is my basic objective of today's class. So 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3, that 3 problems will be done for sure. So I'm waiting for your responses. If you are done with copying, then you just write in the chat box that done. If you have copied one question, then okay, then let me solve this question in the whiteboard, and I'll again come back to this this page, and you can copy then.
yes, that is better, sir. Yes.
Okay, that is better. That will,
Yes, sir, one question copied.
Okay. Then let us start solving the problem. So the first question, since I have the book with me, so I'm reading the question from the book. So I hope that all of you knows about this game. When we were a child, we used to play this game, rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissor game. Two people standing in front of one another, okay, and they are saying rock, paper, scissors, rock, paper, scissors, like this, rock, paper, scissors, like this. That was the game. And whoever, there is a rule for the game. That rule is given over here. Let me write the rule. And the rule, according to the rule, whoever shows that thing, he wins. So what was the rule? Rule is paper beats rock. Okay, let me write. I know the rule. Paper beats rock. Paper beats rock. And why paper beats rock? That is the question, because paper actually wraps rock, and rock beats scissor. Why rock beats scissor? Because
rock breaks the scissor.
Yeah, rock can break the scissor. Rock breaks the scissor. And
scissor beats paper.
Why?
Scissor cuts the paper.
Scissor cuts the paper.
Scissor cuts the paper. So that is the rule. All of us know it. Scissor cuts the paper. Now you see how many players are there in this? How many players are there in this particular game? What is the number of players?
Two.
2. Number of players is 2. Okay. Number of players is 2. So let us name those players. Let the 2 players be capital A and capital B. And a rule has been set that the losing player, what is the rule? The losing player pays the winner $1 $1 after each choice. Understanding of this simple game is very important. If you understand it well, then you can solve any problem from this book. That is my guarantee. So this problem I'm marking as very important because it's a very beautiful problem they have selected. And in this type of book, the problem collection is very good. So we are going to, they have asked us, the question is, what is the game matrix? We are going to find the game matrix. And matrix, we all know, it's a collection of rows and columns. So in the matrix, there will be a row and there will be some rows and some columns. Okay, so you do not know anything. You do not know how to start with, but at least you know that these are the rules and these are the players and who is going to lose what, how they are going to lose what. You all know these things. Just only the main objective of this, main purpose of this particular problem is to mathematically model it in a matrix form. Okay, so we have to set our own rule. What is that rule? We know that when in a particular game 2 players are involved, then one player, in our, to a layman's term, one player is termed as a winning player. According to the layman's version, winning player, and another player, the opponent, is termed as the losing player. That we know. And in mathematical version, the person who knows mathematics, he is not satisfied with this type of words, winning and losing. These are not non-mathematical words. So the mathematical persons are not comfortable with this type of words. So they use a synonymous word, a mathematical word for winning player, and they call them maximizing player. Maximizing player. So this particular part is written in the chapter. Since I am your guide, so I know already that. So I am helping you out in this regard. If I do not say anything, then you have to read the chapter and you have to get to know about it. Okay. So that is the role of the supervisor or felicitator. Losing player will be termed as minimizing player. Okay, these are the mathematical terms we shall be using. Now there is a question, since we know that we have to put these things in terms of matrices, then you matrices must have columns and must have rows. So what are the rows and what are the columns? That is the important thing. So can you tell me how many rows and how many columns will be there? In the matrix, how many rows and how many columns will be there?
Sir, 3 into 3 matrix, sir.
3 into 3 matrix. What will be the names of those rows and columns?
Stone,
Sir,
paper,
rock,
scissors.
paper, scissors.
The rock, paper, scissors. Sir.
Rock,
Okay,
paper, scissors.
okay, rock, paper, scissors. Okay, fine. So let us name this. So I'm writing rock, paper, and scissor. And these are the column names. Here also I'm writing rock, paper, and scissor. Very good. I'm happy that you have done 1% of the problem. by yourself. Now tell me one thing, since there are two players, this rock, paper, scissor are the strategies of one player that one person is going to play, and this rock, paper, and scissor are the strategies of another player who is going to play it. Okay. So start has not been class has not been started properly, and see already the time countdown has started. Okay, so rock, paper, scissor are the strategies of one player, and rock, paper, scissor, these are the strategies of another player. Now tell me one thing, suggest me, since the maximizing, let us name the maximizing player as capital A. Okay, this is my maximizing player and this is my minimizing player. You may ask me why this is so. Because A comes first and B comes second. There is no such rule. You can tell B to be the maximizing player and A to be the minimizing player. Suppose I am myself and Akash are playing the game. Rock, paper, scissor, rock, paper, scissor. Okay. And now if you like Akash very much, then you can be his supporter and you can say that Akash is the winning player. We will be happy if Akash wins. Okay, then Akash is capital A. And if some people are very fond of me, then they may say that we'll put a separate, no, suppose students are majority and all students are in favor of Akash and nobody is in favor of me, then we will try to put me in the minimizing player. Okay. And that I'm the losing player. So you just tell me one thing, that where do you want to put Akash in the top here, or me on the left, or me and on the left and Akash on the top?
Anything,
Hello? Tell me.
sir. Sorry, maybe here. Anything?
Anything?
sir.
No.
Sir,
Akash
anything it
on
could
the
be.
top.
Anything.
Acha, so some people are, some students are saying anything, and Shumona has said, probably Shumona, I don't know. Shumona has
No, sir, it's Sriyashri.
Shreyashi has told me, Shreyashi has told that Akash on the top. None of you are right, because since
The winning player on the left, sir.
since I am the supervisor and I know already what is there written in the book, so I'm saying that there is a rule the mathematicians has set, and that rule is, if you are fond of Akash, keep Akash over here, keep it on the left, and
Okay.
put me on the right. Losing player, put me on the top. Okay, that thing you have to maintain. So in your note, you just copy this as a important point, that maximizing player is always kept on the left of the matrix and minimizing player is always put on the top of the matrix. That is a rule. That is a rule. And if you study the chapter, you will find you are going to get it. In some page it is written. Maximizing player will be put on the left of the matrix always for every game. Maximizing player will be put on the left of the matrix and minimizing player will be put on the right on the top of the matrix. That is a rule. I'm saying, I'm not writing it, I'm saying it, you just write it. Yeah.
How we can choose this maximizing player and minimizing player?
Because the persons who have developed game theory, they have told you that in this type of game, there will be two players, maximizing and minimizing player, and you have to keep maximizing player on the left and minimizing player on the top always. That is the rule. But how do you select maximizing and minimizing player? As I told you, that if you are fond of Akash, if you are supporter of Akash, you want to see him winning the game, then you will you will call him maximizing player and me as a.
So that means the arbitrary choice that we
Yes,
have made
arbitrary
after
choice,
looking at the
arbitrary
question.
choice. Even say, for example, Shumona can select me and Akash as a losing player. You can select Akash as a winning player and Shumona, me as a losing player. So for both of your cases, I'm going to show the matrix. What will be the
Okay,
matrix
sir.
in both the cases? That is I'm going to show to you. But choosing of the winning and losing player, that is your choice. But if you choose me as a maximizing player, you have to put me on the left. You have to put me on the left of the matrix. If you are saying that, sir, you are the maximizing player, then if you want to design the matrix, put me on the left. Do not put me on the top. You cannot keep me here on the top, and you can say, sir, I am considering you as a maximizing player. Don't do this. You have to bring me here then. Okay. Now let us come to this. Let us come to design the matrix. Okay. First of all, and what is written? If suppose there is if both the players' choices are same. I mean, myself and Akash are choosing rock, paper, scissors. Then there is no winning player and there is no losing player. So nobody is going to get anything. So what will be the diagonal values?
Sir, 0, sir.
Yeah.
0, 0.
So put 0.
0.
Put 0. All the diagonal values are 0. Now Akash is choosing rock and myself is choosing paper. Now you see the rule. Rock and paper. So paper beats rock because paper wraps rock, and it is saying that the losing player plays the losing player pays the winner $1 after each choice. Now you tell me, if Akash's choice is rock and my choice is paper, who is the losing player?
Sir,
Sir,
Akash.
Akash.
Akash is the
Akash
losing
will be the
player.
losing player.
And
Yes,
Akash,
sir.
Akash is going to lose what?
$1.
$1.
$1.
So you just put Akash is the losing player, na? So you just put
Yes, sir.
-1 over here, not 1. Why? Because you are not interested about me at all. You are only interested about what Akash gains and Akash loses. What I gain and I lose, you are not interested about. You change your perspective. You do not think about me. You ignore this person. You think just think about Akash. He is losing, he is winning. Who is losing? Akash is losing. Paper beats rock. So Akash is losing. So Akash is paying me $1. So you do not write 1, you write -1. But if my choice is rock and Akash's choice is paper, then Akash is winning the game. So in that case, Akash is going to get $1. So then you can write here $1. The unit is not important. You just put the value. So if someone looks at your game, he will not be puzzled. If someone looks at your game, he will say, who is the winning player or maximizing player? He will say, Akash is the maximizing player. So then suddenly he will understand that, okay, Akash is losing here $1 and Akash is gaining here $1. But if you mix up the thing, you write 1 and 1 over here in both the cases. So if you show this particular matrix to anybody else, he will be confused. Who is the winning? Then you have to constantly tell him that, yeah, in this particular cell, Sar was winning. In this particular cell, Akash is winning. And that is not possible if the size of the matrix is too big. So therefore, we have to fix one perspective, and that should be the maximizing player's perspective, because that particular rule has been set by the mathematicians who have developed the game. Now I'm selecting scissor and Akash is selecting rock, and since rock beats scissor, so in that case Akash is winning the game, and therefore I am going to pay him $1. So it will be $1. But if Akash selects scissor and I select rock, then I am winning the game. Akash is losing the game, so he is going to -1. Then if Akash is playing paper and I'm selecting scissor, I am winning the game. So Akash is going to lose -1, and in this case +1. So this is the game matrix. This is the game matrix. Time is also running out. I shall explain further on this issue after in the next session. So please help me in the next session to rewrite the matrix so that I can start discussing further. I hope you have understood, but I'm going to discuss it in the next session. Do not ask me anything right now. Because
Okay, sir.
yeah, okay.